Stop saying that.
Joy Lab.
Hello everyone, I'm Tanya Lehman, the Speaking Confidence Coach. I help introverts communicate with confidence without changing your introvert nature so you can thrive in leadership, in relationships, and in the workplace. If you're an introvert, there are certain phrases that you've probably heard so many times. You could finish them for the speaker. And somehow, they're almost always said with a smile, with good intentions, as if they're being helpful. But often these comments send a very different message. Who you are isn't quite good enough. Today is part one of a two-part series about things people really need to stop saying to introverts. And we're tackling 3 phrases that many quiet professionals hear too often. Let's talk about why these 3 comments miss the mark and what introverts really need instead. Now, I'm good at deflecting and distracting. If someone asks me, well, how was your weekend? I'll say, oh, it was good. How was yours? Okay, I deflected right back to them. And then they'll talk about their weekend and I can ask questions to keep the conversation going and off of me. Because you know what? I don't really want to tell you about my weekend unless I do. And then I can speak about my weekend. But deflecting and distracting are skills that introverts have to keep from speaking more than they want to. Okay, extroverts sometimes have a problem with that. The first phrase that people should really stop saying to introverts is, you should talk more. Ah, yes. The classic. If you're an introvert like me, chances are someone has said this to you at work, at a meeting, at a networking event, or maybe even at a family gathering. You should talk more. And while it may sound harmless, it carries a hidden meaning. The way you naturally communicate isn't enough. But here's what people often misunderstand. Introverts are not silent because we have nothing to say. We're thoughtful. We process. We observe. And then we contribute when we have something meaningful to add. And that's not a weakness. That's intentional communication. In the workplace, this can actually be a tremendous strength. Because while others may speak quickly to fill the silence, or maybe they're an extrovert and they process out loud, introverts often speak with clarity and purpose once they've thought things through. You don't need to talk more to be valuable. You need to trust that what you say carries weight. And if someone tells you to talk more, you can smile and think, okay, I don't think so. I prefer quality over quantity. And leave it at that in your mind. The second phrase that people really need to stop saying to introverts is, you're so hard to read. This one can feel especially frustrating because it assumes emotional openness must look a certain way. Usually loud, visible, immediate. But introverts often process internally. We feel deeply. We simply don't always display these feelings outwardly in dramatic ways. But that doesn't mean we're disconnected. It means we're reflective. And in professional environments, this phrase can create unnecessary pressure. Pressure to over-explain, overreact, perform emotion in a way that feels unnatural. But that's exhausting. The truth is, you do not owe anyone emotional transparency. You are allowed to process before you respond. You are allowed to think before you share. In fact, that pause often leads to stronger communication. And if someone says you're hard to read, it may simply mean they haven't learned to appreciate quieter, forms of presence. But you see, not everyone who is calm is closed off. Sometimes calm is confidence. Before I share the third phrase, please take a moment to click like and subscribe. It helps more quiet professionals find their voice by finding my YouTube videos. And if what I'm saying resonates with you, look below for more resources. Let's work together, because becoming an introvert who can confidently speak up is the most effective way to build stronger relationships, earn respect at work, and share your ideas where they matter most. The third phrase people really need to stop saying to introverts is, "You'll enjoy it once you get there." This one sounds encouraging, but often it's dismissive. It assumes that if you feel hesitant about an event, meeting, conference, social gathering, you simply don't know yourself well enough. We were going to a big family wedding, driving together in a car full of people because the parking was tight at the site. Well, I know that I can enjoy the wedding, but the conversation in that tight car I knew would be a little bit too much for me. So I took a nap on the way to the wedding so that when I got there I was fully ready to engage with enjoyment, knowing that I had this much time to engage. Now, if somebody had said to me, "Oh, you'll enjoy it when you get there," well, I know I'll enjoy it when I get there. I just don't want to enjoy the conversation in the car on the way. You see, as introverts, we know ourselves very well. We know what energizes us. We know what drains us. We know the difference between healthy challenge and unnecessary disruption. Now, can you enjoy social events? Absolutely, just like I enjoyed the wedding. Sometimes we have a wonderful time, but sometimes we even surprise ourselves. But that doesn't mean our hesitation is invalid or our strategies don't carry weight. It means we're thoughtfully assessing our energy, and that's wisdom. In the workplace, this matters. You don't have to force yourself to every optional happy hour, every after-hours gathering, every loud networking event just because somebody insists, "Oh, you'll have a good time once you get there." You are allowed to make intentional choices about where your energy goes. This isn't antisocial, it's self-awareness, and self-awareness is one of the greatest strengths an introvert can bring to leadership. If you've heard these phrases, I want you to remember this. You do not need to apologize for your natural communication style. You do not need to perform extroversion to be respected. And you do not need permission to honor how you are wired. The workplace needs thoughtful voices. The world needs quiet wisdom. And your introvert nature is not something to overcome. It's something to understand, to honor, and to use well. This was part 1. In part 2, we'll discover 4 more phrases people need to stop saying to introverts and why quiet confidence is often misunderstood. I'm Tanya Lehman. You are valuable. You can speak up.
Joy Lab. Learning done right.
Learn more with Joy Lab. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Visit us at www.joylab.biz. Thank you.